contato de foto máxima. É só para ninguém sabe. Estou bom. Eu não estou a foto para as
What are some things about Minecraft that absolutely infuriates you? Small little things that just get your blood boiling. Because I know that I have quite a lot. And today I thought I'd share some of those pet peeves with you and also go through some of the pet peeves within the Minecraft community. I also had one other burning question. What is the most popular Minecraft pet peeve? Well, I think I figured out the top 3. So stay until the end to find out what they are. Hey everyone, it's Lovestar. Today's Minecraft chat video is going to be all about Minecraft pet peeves. Without further ado, let's get into it. Grab yourself a drink and a snack and open up your game and let's play some Minecraft while we talk about Minecraft. So I currently have a list of 16 pet peeves that I thought of just over the span of a few days as I was compiling a list, thinking about, what does make me super infuriated about Minecraft? Well, I can rest assured that there's definitely more than 16 things, but you know that thing when you try to think of something and then you can't think of any examples of what you're trying to think of? Well, anyways, I'm definitely not going to be able to make an exhaustive list of all of my pet peeves, but here are a few of them. The first one bothers me so freaking much. Horses in water. And the fact that they just simply cannot swim. Well, I mean, they can, but not when you're riding them. Like, they float, but they just refuse to let you ride them across water, which I find so stupid. If you want horses in the game to be a viable transportation option, surely they should be able to cross bodies of water, at least like smaller ones, maybe not oceans. Like, can't they just make it so a certain amount of water blocks below them, then they will not swim? But if it's like a shallow river or little lake or something that's like 4 or 5 blocks, I wish they would just keep going. Like maybe, I don't know, 7 blocks, right? That sounds reasonable. But seriously, this thing makes horses such an inconvenience to take around with you because every time you cross water, you have to get off of them, either push them through the current or just lead them. But if you don't have a lead, then you're absolutely screwed. So it really pisses me off because I do like to take my horses with me, but oftentimes they don't want to come. Number 2 is one I actually got so annoyed about that I made an entire video complaining about it. Jukeboxes and their directional audio. For the love of God, can we please fix this? I don't understand why jukeboxes have this insane audio panning when you turn left or right. Wait, I just did it backwards. Well, right or left. Anyways, when you turn, it'll pan the audio so drastically, and it gives me so much pain in my ears. Like, it is so bad. I cannot listen to jukeboxes while I'm doing things around my world because turning my head just literally hurts. Now, the thing is, when I made this video, a lot of people said that it makes the game more realistic, that the audio kind of changes direction where you're hearing it from based on like what direction you're looking in. And obviously, like in real life, that's what happens. But in real life, when you turn away from music, one of your ears doesn't just completely go deaf, right? Like you can still hear music from both sides of your head, but it's just a bit quieter depending on which direction you're facing. It doesn't just go completely silent, and that's the part that makes it so unbearable for me. I would argue that it isn't realistic. It's trying to be, but it does it very poorly because you should still be able to hear a little bit of the music from the side that you're facing away from, because it's not supposed to be completely silent. When you're just listening to audio from one side of your ears and one side is completely silent, that doesn't feel right. It just sounds terrible. I mean, hopefully we all agree on that at least. Like, who wants to deliberately listen to music from just one side? And I know there's like this thing with like 8D audio where that, intentionally pans. Even then, I feel like 8D audio when it's like specifically made for that sort of purpose is completely different than Minecraft directional jukebox audio, which just sounds absolutely terrible in my opinion. Anyways, this is a huge pet peeve of mine, and it makes listening to music discs really, really hard. Number 3 is so annoying because it mostly is our fault. But it's when you go somewhere really far from your base and realize that you forgot something that you need. This will usually be like when you're working on a certain project and you just came back to the project site from your base and you realize you forgot an entire like stack of blocks that you needed, cobblestone or glass, like you just completely forgot something that you really, really needed for your project, and now you have to go run all the way back, grab the one thing that you forgot, and it's just so frustrating because it is simply our fault. Like, this is no fault of the game, but man, is it annoying, and it happens to me all the time. Or like if you forget torches or food and you're like out exploring in a cave or something. Oh my god, it's just so frustrating. Number 4 is more specific to flat worlds. Can you guess what it is? I'm sure some of you can. It's freaking slimes. Why are there so many slimes in flat worlds? Or super flat worlds? I don't understand this. First of all, why? It just feels so incredibly random because for the most part flat worlds act just as regular Minecraft overworlds, except they're just super flat. But why are there slimes? I just don't understand that. Like, we have slime chunks for a reason in regular Minecraft worlds. Why do we have slime chunks in every single chunk in super flat worlds? I don't understand. And this is so annoying because it makes me, whenever I'm going on a super flat world to like test something, I have to just play in peaceful mode because of the freaking slimes, and there's no way to disable them. Like, what am I supposed to do? Run a freaking command block? Like, can we just stop with the slimes? Seriously? Or at least have a way to disable them, like in the actual game, without using like a really weird command block that will just continuously run in the background, because I don't like those. It's not even just the fact that they're incredibly annoying, but like, it just, like, why? Who decided to add slimes to super flat worlds? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Number 5 is when you're trying to farm some crops and you step down one little block and the ground breaks under you and now your crop is ruined and you don't even have a hoe on you, so now you just have to leave it there. I understand that crops and their soil is supposed to be a little more fragile, but if we're just stepping down one block, not even jumping, just boop, can we please make it so it doesn't break the crop? Because I find that to be so incredibly annoying. If I ever have a uneven farmland, like if I made a huge field, wheat field or something, I have to cover the entire edges of each level with slabs, just so I don't accidentally break my crops by walking down my freaking field. I just find it to be so unnecessary that they break when you're just stepping down one block. Ugh. Number 6 is trying to control your parrot, making them sit down or get on your shoulder or anything, like literally anything. I feel like parrots are such inconvenient little pets. They just never listen to what you want them to do. When you're trying to make your parrot sit down, they fly around in freaking circles and they never just plop on the ground so you can sit them down. So you just have to wait for this stupid parrot to slowly drift onto the surface. And then when you're about to sit them down, they freaking fly up again, or they get on your shoulder and then you have to jump and then wait for them to drift down again. Like, oh my goodness. Also trying to get them on your shoulder, like sometimes they're just flying off somewhere. You're like, can you just come here and sit on my shoulder? Also the fact that whenever you walk down a ledge, as we just talked about with the crops, they also get off your shoulder. Can we have a specific command for them to be released from your shoulder? Because sometimes I just want to have a parrot on my shoulder and not have them fall off when I'm just walking down a step. It's just so annoying. I love parrots. I think they're such a cute little companion to have, especially that they can just ride on you. I find that that's absolutely adorable, but they're just so inconvenient to carry around because they just have a mind of their own. Like, it's impossible. Okay, number 7 is so oddly specific. I feel like a lot of you guys know that I have a huge vendetta against this one type of block, and a lot of people just think it's absolutely stupid, but I freaking despise tall grass. Every time I see tall grass in my world, instantly I have to break it. I literally go running around my fields all around my world just breaking tall grass. Like, I'll go on a horse and just mow it down because I hate tall grass. Like, seriously, something about it looks hideous to me. I really hate how it looks. It makes my world feel like it's some sort of like weed infested, overgrown trash land rather than like a beautiful Minecraft world. I think they just look so bad, and I just need all of them gone. I'm not even kidding. I think in every single video, if I pass tall grass, you will see me break it. Fail. Number 8 is so annoying. I think we've all experienced this one. Trying to dig around an area underground or strip mine or just anything underground that involves digging, and you run into freaking gravel, and it's just like the entire area that you're trying to dig out, there's just a big pit of gravel above you, and you have to every single. Oh my god, it is so annoying. I know you can do like the torch trick, but it's so incredibly frustrating. I hate it. Number 9, as a chronic chest organizer, I really do not like unorganized chests. They kind of drive me crazy. I don't really care if other people have unorganized chests, but it's just like for me, I have a very specific chest organization system, and I am very strict about it. Whenever my stuff is not organized, I will be very upset. Usually I dedicate one chest in my storage room for like me to dump all my stuff there so that I can organize it later when I have time, because obviously organizing your stuff takes freaking ages, but like everything needs to be in the right place. Single item has a specific location, and if it's not in that right location, if there's bone meal in my mob drops chest, or if there's arrows in my miscellaneous chest, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't. Number 10 is, oh my gosh. Number 10 is so freaking frustrating. Has this ever happened to you? You're like in your base and you just hear like a rogue zombie, and you look around. It's daytime. Where the hell is this thing? You cannot find it for the freaking life of you. So you go back inside, but then you just hear zombie growling non-stop. It drives me crazy. This happens like a lot. I remember even in some of my let's play, maybe some random mob constantly making noise, and I have to turn off my mob sounds. I swear, in my base, in my forever world, there is always a random like zombie that spawns, and it'll just growl non-stop, and I cannot find it. I really don't know where it is. I've even resorted to looking in spectator mode, trying to scout for like little dark holes in my mountain or something, but I don't know where they are. Like, it is so, when you find a rogue mob hiding somewhere underground, you just cannot for the life of you find them, and they just will not shut up. I don't know why it's always zombies. Sometimes it's been skeletons, but it's usually like zombies. Number 11 is definitely one that happens to every single builder. When you're working on a build and you are literally just about to finish like a wall or something, and you are literally like 2 blocks short of whatever material you needed to finish the wall. I swear, every time this happens, I get so tempted to just give myself like the 1 block that I missed, because it is just so incredibly stupid how you are like 1 short, and now you have to go all the way back, grab 1, and then place it. It's just very frustrating, very frustrating. Number 12, this one is not specific to Minecraft gameplay, but it's actually for those of us who make mod packs. I call this the trials and tribulations of making a Minecraft mod pack. I am no stranger to mod packs. I have made a lot of them, from my fairy core mod pack, my mermaid mod pack. I have a lot of mod packs that I've made throughout a few years, every single time. Actually, I've been making mod packs since I started playing Minecraft on Java Edition, like way back in 2015. So I've been making mod packs for a decade now, and every single time I put together a mod pack, it never goes smoothly. There is always some sort of issue that you run into, and it's like, it's never the same thing. It's always something new, some stupid BS that happens. Like, there's mod incompatibilities, something is crashing your mod pack. Now you have to go through your entire mod list and try to find the problem. Something is not working with your Java version, you have to go install a new Java version. Something is crashing when you're actually loading up a world. There's like a broken mob or some sort of thing that crashes when you actually like play with the mods, performance issues, and then things are just incompatible. Don't even get me started on like the custom settings, the enormous list of keybinds you have to fix, all the options you have to look through. It's just chaos. Every single time I put together a mod pack, it's absolute chaos. Like, there's just problem after problem. Luckily now, over time, I've kind of established a lot of good mod packs, and then I can kind of use them as like a template for my next one, but there's just always something. It's, oh my god. I love making mod packs, and it is really fun, but it's also incredibly frustrating. Please let me know if you're a mod pack maker, if you have these issues. It's worth it though, because now I have a lot of cool mod packs. By the way, if you're interested in any of my mod packs, I have all of them available on CurseForge for you to play. My newest one that I uploaded is my old school mod pack, which is a mix of Minecraft old school mods, nostalgic and classic mods, like more creatures and more creeps and weirdos. And there's also a very, very cute and kawaii element to it. So if you like those two things, definitely go check it out. Anyways, number 13 is trying to hit a baby zombie with the new combat system. Now I know by new, actually I should just call it modern, not new. I don't know why it feels new to me still, but anyways, the 1.9 combat system that we have now, since 1.9, the modern combat system where there's an attack delay, I don't play with this. I literally disable it in my world because I just don't like it. But when I do play with modern combat, hitting zombies is so freaking hard. It is impossible. I feel like you hit the target and it just misses. And it's just because these freaking zombies are so hard to hit. It makes baby zombies honestly just so much more of a nightmare than they already are. They're bad enough trying to deal with baby zombies with like the old combat system where you can just spam attack, but don't get me started on the modern combat system. This also applies to any other small little mob that moves really fast. Silverfish, Vexes, oh my goodness. Like any of these types of mobs that just are super agile, the new combat system just is atrocious for those sort of things. Number 14 is another horse thing. When you get off your horse and they literally disappear in like 2 seconds, you literally turn around and then you look back and they're gone. Like they just race off somewhere. Where are you going? Can you just like circle around in a general radius? Like why do you have to go to Narnia? Literally this happened to me in my last Minecraft stream where I completely lost track of my horse. I had to go on a freaking manhunt trying to find him, and he was like all the way in some random forest. Like he crossed a body of water. He climbed like 2 hills. Like I don't even know how you managed to get there. Dude, I swear, this literally happens all the time. Horses, they just speed off. They're just gone. You have to literally hold them by the leash. You cannot let them free roam for even a second. You turn around for a second, they're gone. Like, number 15 is actually some of my gripes with peaceful mode. Now, listen, I love peaceful mode. If you love playing on peaceful mode, play on peaceful mode. I think it is a great experience, especially if you don't like mobs. You don't gotta deal with them, just turn on peaceful mode. Doesn't matter. Listen, peaceful mode is a very valid way to play Minecraft. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. My issue with peaceful mode is actually some of the ways that peaceful mode works. For one, when you turn on peaceful mode, all the hostile mobs despawn, including the ones that you have name tagged. Sometimes we keep hostile mobs as little pets and friends, right? I'm not the only one that does that. I have a pet, a guardian that lives in my aquarium, Gary the Guardian. He's well and loved in our community. Shout out to Gary the Guardian and all of the Gary fans. We also have Creepy, who's my creeper neighbor. He literally has his own house. I also have Dirty Harry, who's his neighbor. We have a whole community here, okay? There's also like this drowned that's been in my ravine right under my house holding an egg for like freaking centuries, and I turned on peaceful mode by accident one time and they were all gone. So this happened once with like my creeper and the drowned, so I just went back to a different save. Then another time, freaking Gary despawned, and then I had to like spawn in a new one, and it just felt so bad. Like technically they didn't die or anything, so it's kind of unfair for them to just not exist anymore. So, but then it also doesn't feel nice to have to like respawn a mob, you know? Like I would really like to be able to keep mobs that are name tagged when you have peaceful mode enabled. You name tag them for a reason. They're important for one reason or another. So I feel like they should definitely change that. Let us keep our name tagged hostile mobs in peaceful mode. Another thing about peaceful mode is that I really don't enjoy playing on it because there's no hunger system. Like, you have a hunger bar, but now it's completely useless. And I personally really love the hunger mechanic in Minecraft. I love making food and eating it. Like, I enjoy that sort of thing. I know not everyone likes it. Some people find it incredibly annoying, which I understand. But for me personally, like, if you still have a hunger bar in the game, keep the hunger system, right? I mean, let us have like the regen from peaceful. Just give us the hunger. Like, for me, that makes more sense because hunger isn't like inherently a hostile thing. Like, there's no danger. Well, I guess like if you are starving, but I don't know, like that's just me personally. I understand, I guess, why they don't have hunger mechanics in peaceful mode. I guess, yeah, technically hunger can kill you, but like even in easy mode, it doesn't kill you. So like in peaceful mode, maybe you can just get down to like 5 hearts, right? That makes more sense to me. All right, and lastly, for my personal list is number 16. Do you ever take your cat around a village? Just strolling by, you know, passing by the neighboring village. You look behind you after like you're 100 blocks away and your cat is nowhere to be seen. Now you gotta go all the way back to the village and look around for your freaking cat who's probably sitting on a chest or a bed somewhere. And the only way to get your cat to get off of this damn bed is to lead him or break all the sittable objects around him, because for some reason cats, they just super glue themselves to villager beds and chests and like any item that they like to sit on, and they will not move. They will not even teleport to you. Like, excuse me? Why aren't you like, hello? I just don't understand. Like, the thing about this, the way that it works now is whenever you have a cat following you around, like a place that has a lot of chests or bed, they will just get stuck there. They will not teleport to you when you move far away from them. And sometimes you don't notice that until you're really far away and you have to go all the way back, and it's incredibly annoying. And so you just can't find it because you wander off somewhere. You're like sitting in some random corner. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it like this? Please fix. Mojang, please. Anyways, that was my list of pet peeves. I also asked you guys in the community for some of your Minecraft pet peeves, and a lot of you guys have some opinions. So I am going to be reading some of my favorite pet peeves that I saw, and also tell you if I agree or disagree with them. Probably I will agree with most of them, but you know, we'll see. Ray Astra says, my biggest pet peeve is when we start at SMP and someone speedruns the whole game within the first day. I totally agree, because I feel like when you're playing Minecraft multiplayer, you actually have to follow rules. And also just common etiquettes and stuff like that. When you're playing single player, I mean, do you, right? You can speedrun, you can go as slow as you want. There are absolutely no rules with how you want to play Minecraft when you're playing by yourself. When you're playing with others, you definitely have to, you know, stick with the group to a certain extent, establish rules and basic guidelines on how you want to play on your SMP, because sometimes you would rather just kind of do your own thing and it be more casual, but sometimes people want to actively play together and make it more of like a, you know, community experience where everyone can interact and do more of like a team-based Minecraft experience. I feel like if you establish that you want to do that and everyone wants to take it slow, and then someone is out there like speedrunning to the Ender Dragon on the first day, it kind of ruins the whole experience, because you're just kind of doing your own thing. When you're on an SMP, you should be with the group in most cases. I mean, this obviously just depends on like who you're playing with, if they care or not, but like, yeah, I agree. It is kind of a weird thing to do. Pickle Pixel Paper Pepper says, phantoms. 100% agree. I freaking hate phantoms. I think I finally disabled the phantom game rule on my Forever World after being really stubborn about it for like forever. I would always be like, I hate phantoms and I wish they didn't exist in the game, but I'll just leave it on because it's a game mechanic now. But honestly, I just got so sick of it. They just add nothing to your experience. If anything, they really take away from the way of playing Minecraft when you kind of just want to not sleep and enjoy the night. Like sometimes you just want to experience nighttime in your world and not have to always go to bed. That should be a thing that you're allowed to do without being harassed by floating freaking idiots. It's not even just the fact that phantoms are incredibly annoying, but of course they have to fly too, so now they're just like a whole other pain in the ass to kill. JWR Minecraft says, when a creeper blows up and makes a hole in the sand or dirt or stone, not all the blocks survive, so in order to fill the hole, you have to go and dig some from elsewhere. So irritating. Oh my god, yes. This is such a stupid thing, because yeah, sometimes you're like a few dirt blocks short and you don't want to go out of your way to mine more just to cover up the creeper hole, but you gotta cover up the creeper hole because that's just a rule of Minecraft that we all have to follow. But no one likes to just leave like a few missing blocks of creeper holes. It is just, why? Just drop all of it at this point. That one's incredibly annoying. Tarfel says, I hate horses on trees when you try to go through a forest. Oh my god. Yes. Actually, I was gonna include this one in my list, but I mentioned this in the community post that I made that I just decided to leave it to you guys because it is so true. There are a lot of mechanics with horses that I do not like. The fact that they get stuck through leaves is such a big one for me. When you go on horseback and you run into a forest, you just don't even want to go through there. You try to avoid it at all costs because it's impossible to get a horse through a forest. I feel like if you're riding a horse, they should at least be able to get through leaves. They just get stuck through, like, oh my, yeah, no, this one really pisses me off, honestly. Too Easy 318 says how Java and Bedrock Redstone function differently from each other. Now, I don't know much about Redstone, but I will have to agree with this one because I actually think this is a bigger issue, not just with Redstone. It is the whole parity issue between Bedrock and Java. A lot of the features and parity issues that we have between versions is incredibly annoying. When you're playing one version, you're used to a certain way that the game works, and then you switch to the other one, and everything is subtly different, and you have to learn all these new really random rules that have no rhyme or reason. Like, why can we use a door to make an air bubble underwater in Java but not in Bedrock? Like, that just literally does not make any sense. Why can we duplicate flowers in Bedrock but not in Java? Like, little ones. These things should just be the same. It makes no sense, and it's so frustrating because sometimes you learn the game a certain way and then it just doesn't operate that way on the other version. Please just make them the same. Like, seriously, they really have to do a better job with the parity stuff. It just is frustrating for everyone, both Bedrock and Java players, especially those who play both. Luckily, I don't have to deal with this because I hardly go on Bedrock like ever, but I can imagine this is incredibly frustrating for those who do. Gail Garden says, my biggest pet peeve in servers specifically is when people compare their build quality to other members of the server. I find it brings down both people's moods. No one wants to hear, I suck at building, for real. Your stuff is so pretty. I don't feel better, I feel worse. I play this game for fun, not for a competitive vibe from others. As a proponent of the build however the frick you want movement in Minecraft, I completely agree. It's just kind of sad when people feel like their builds aren't worthy enough or good enough because honestly, this game is about fun. It's not about perfection. It's not about having the prettiest build in the server, one-upping every single builder in your SMP. It's about just enjoying the game either by yourself or with others, and it's not a competition. You don't have to put any of those pressures on yourself if you don't feel like it, you know, serves you in any way. If you don't necessarily enjoy building in an aesthetic or really like extravagant way, you don't have to. There is no pressure to do that. The last time that I played on an SMP was a few months ago, and it was like a small little community that I played on, and I even felt this pressure because I knew that a lot of the players there would be more of those, like, you know, high-end builders that like to build in more like good ways. And it's just not my building style in survival. I like to just build more simply. I even went out of my way to ask one of the moderators of the server, like, hey, is it okay if my builds aren't like the best? And they were of course fine with it, because I mean, no one cares, no one should care, at least if it's just like a casual server. But I still felt that like pressure that my builds maybe had to be good, and the truth is they really don't. It doesn't matter unless it does. Like, if you're building in a specific server that's like, oh, we want to make the best builds, that's like the point of the server, I get that. But like, when you're just playing casually, please, it's okay to build normally, subpar, bad even, you know? It's not gonna kill anyone. Just have fun. That's the most important part. If you like building well and that makes the game more fun for you, then do that. If you don't, you just want to make a dirt hut, go for it. And Tikikaupa03 says, Vexes are the absolute bane of my existence. 100% agree. I freaking hate Vexes. Oh my god. They are one of the most annoying mobs in the whole game, I swear. Ego Monk says, when I'm playing and eat a Minecraft baked potato, and then I want a baked potato IRL, but it's like 9 PM. I feel you. The storytelling mathematician says, those fancy oak trees and mangrove trees. Really, any tree you have to hunt for the last piece of wood for. Oh my god, yes. Listen, I love my fancy oak trees. I deliberately want them, like, when I'm trying to landscape or, you know, create a little bit of greenery around my builds. I love me some big oak trees. They're beautiful. I love them. I would never, like, have them be getting rid of in the... I would never want them to be not a thing. But when you're trying to chop them down, it is a freaking nightmare to get the pieces of wood. And that also goes for any of the bigger trees. Cherry trees is pretty difficult. Spruce trees that are really tall. Mangrove trees, absolutely. Like, all the bigger trees are so hard to mine. So honestly, whenever I need wood, I will just simply avoid the fancy oak trees. They can stay. I'm not dealing with that. Also, this is why I always play with the falling tree mod in my world, because I really hate cutting down trees. Len Ross 85 says, 2 mobs getting stuck at a door or gate. Guys, learn to take turns. Totally agree. This actually happened to me today when I was trying to get 2 of my cats inside of my house and they were just stuck in the door. It is a very frustrating minor issue with the Minecraft AI. Gourmet Anxiety says that beds are so accessible early in game. I don't think you should be able to skip the night right away. Beds make early game too easy. This is a very interesting one because over time beds have become way easier to get, obviously, now with that we have villages with beds. But honestly, I feel like people can go either way with this because on one hand, making the game easier to like survive the early game is a bit more accessible for new players, but it does take away from the inherent difficulty of Minecraft because now whenever people like start a new world, they just try to find a village as quickly as they can because that literally supplies you with everything you need to survive your first night. So I would agree personally because I actually enjoy when Minecraft is a bit more difficult. I don't like when they add things that always just get rid of the difficulty without giving any sort of complexity to the game system, if that makes sense. But I can also see how people would disagree with this because, I mean, making things easier sometimes is a good thing. Sometimes systems are just too annoying or too difficult, especially if you're like new. But I would personally enjoy the game more if beds were a little bit more inaccessible because I do like a challenge. Name2194 says, I hate that wolves will run off any edge of the game without thinking twice. I 100% agree. I wish they would not do that because I actually lost one of my most beloved pets in my forever world to this. She literally walked off a cliff and died. I'm literally so sad about that. Like, it was such an avoidable death. That really should just not happen because I feel like most mobs in the game, they actively will avoid like cliffs. So it's kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, definitely shouldn't be a thing. Evil Fishy says, axolotls killing tropical fish. It's a super small pet peeve, but I really like the idea of making colorful aquariums in my world. I love fish and I love axolotls, and it makes me kind of sad that I can't put them in the same body of water. Yes, I actually had to learn this the hard way when I made my first aquarium, including axolotls and tropical fish, and then coming back to realize that all my fish were eaten. I also want to make aquariums where I can put axolotls and tropical fish in the same tank. So it kind of sucks that you have to separate them because I feel like it would just look a lot better if both existed in harmony in one tank. So yeah, it is pretty annoying. Deacon Dahlia says, the fact that playing with your friends on Java is so complicated. I mean, I use an external free website, but why can't it be like Bedrock? I play on both versions, by the way. Oh my god, yes, I 100% agree with this. I have always historically been the like Minecraft IT person within all of my friend groups in the past. Whenever we would make a new server, I would always be the one to set it up, and obviously we're playing on Java, so it's always such a nightmare. Back in the day, we used to always use like Hamachi to set up like little LAN instances. There was always some sort of problem, either with like firewalls, connectivity, internet, like there was always something. It's kind of like with mod packs. With server making, it's always a problem. Or when I finally learned how to actually host servers like on my local computer, there would always still be issues. It is just way too complicated, especially because it's so inaccessible. Like you really have to learn how to do it. It's not just like easy 1, 2, 3 like it is on Bedrock. They really need to implement the Bedrock system on Java. So important. Multiplayer is incredibly important, and I feel like it should be just as easy on Java as it is on Bedrock. Luckily nowadays we have things like Essential mod that works most of the time, where you can just kind of join your friends' worlds through that mod. But it's still like you have to go out of your way to tell your friends like, okay, go install this mod if they don't know how to install mods, and you have to show them how to freaking install mods. And then sometimes it doesn't work, you have to set up this and that, and then sometimes it just doesn't work anyway because there's some sort of issue with the connectivity. Like there's always some freaking problem. Anyways, Leon was here says, horses falling in powdered snow. I feel like leather armor should stop that. Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. If you give your horses leather armor, it should definitely stop them from falling, right? Very good point. Never even thought about that. But yes, absolutely, another horse thing. Wow, horses are just really popular within pet peeves, aren't they? Cyberpunk Lane says, when Minecraft restructures some block/entities folders and it breaks my resource packs. Oh my god. Yes, I am actively dealing with this because I'm in the middle of making my next texture pack, and they changed the texture pack system on how they structure GUI and all those sort of things when they switched to like 1.21, I think. So from 1.20 to 1.21, the whole system within the files is completely different. So I now have to completely remake all the texture files for resource packs whenever I need to update them. And honestly, I find the new system to be a lot more tedious to actually make. So it's a nightmare, honestly. I wish they didn't constantly change the files like this, like just keep them the same and add new ones as we get more blocks and features and stuff. But when they restructure the entire system of how certain textures work, it's really painful for us texture pack makers. Whimsy Nymph says, my biggest pet peeve is how this community polices how everyone plays the game. It's a sandbox game. This is kind of what I touched on earlier with like the building stuff. But yeah, I 100% agree. I saved this one for last because it is more about like the actual community. But yeah, I really don't like when people police how people play Minecraft, especially if it's just on single player. I feel like rules do apply when you're playing multiplayer. Inherently, when you're playing multiplayer games, you have to abide by rules. But when you're playing by yourself, there really should be no rules. Like it should be sky is the limit sort of thing. Whatever you can think of doing, just do it. I've been told sometimes in the past by people like, oh, you play with keep inventory. That's not how you should play the game. It's wrong. You shouldn't play Minecraft like that. That's not the right way to play Minecraft. And I don't play with keep inventory now, but damn, like, can we just enjoy the game for what it is? Like, however people want to play it, it's completely acceptable. Keep inventory saves you so much damn headache, and yes, sometimes I do put it back on because I'm not trying to lose all my stuff when I'm like a million blocks out. If you want to play with peaceful mode, play with freaking peaceful mode. If you want to play with keep inventory, play with keep inventory. If you want to build dirt huts and crazy floating blocks in the sky with no rhyme or reason, just do it. There is literally no rules in this game. Well, except for the game rules. Just kidding. No one should be telling you how you play the game. If you want to do something, do it the way you want to do it. That is honestly one of the main messages that I try to share on my channel, because I feel like it also does apply for a lot of things in life, like not letting other people's opinions change the way that you want to live your life, especially if it's not helping you in any way. If you just want to do a certain thing and it's not harming anyone, you should be within your full right to do it without feeling like you're gonna be judged or like talked down to by others. And it applies with Minecraft, it applies with everything. Remember, it's a sandbox game. We're living in a sandbox. So play in your sandbox however you freaking want. Build your sandcastles, dig up the sand, put some water in there, just do what you want, you know? Anyways, I think that's a pretty good way to end off the community pet peeves. That is definitely a big one for me as well. I don't like when people police our decisions in the game. But anyways, now I want to tell you guys what I've noticed to be the top 3 most popular Minecraft pet peeves. This is just for me kind of looking around the internet, searching up what other people's Minecraft pet peeves were. I was looking through some Reddit posts, some forum threads, and of course what you guys have been writing in my community post. So this is obviously not like a scientific gathering or anything, but just from my observations. Let me know if you agree with these, because chances are these are probably some of your pet peeves too. Number 3 is skeletons. I see people left and right complaining about skeletons for all sorts of reasons. They're aimbot, they're hard to hit, they have BS aim. I freaking hate skeletons so much. The way that they knock you back when you're fighting them in water, you literally cannot hit them because they're just knocking you back constantly. You can't swim far enough or fast enough to get to them. The way that they just insta-lock on you and they just never miss. The way they strafe left and right. They're a really tough mob, honestly, and very annoying, so I can see why they're such a popular pet peeve. Number 2, floating trees. I feel like number 2 and number 1 are tied, honestly. But floating trees, I think, is one that we all are annoyed by. Honestly, I don't really care about floating trees, in all honesty. Don't kill me. But like, if I had a floating tree in my world, I wouldn't really care that much. But I know this is a huge Minecraft pet peeve within like the entire community. Even one of the like top Reddit threads, if you search up Minecraft pet peeves, is what are some of your Minecraft pet peeves? But you can't say when players leave floating trees. And then the entire thread is people rearranging that sentence. It's so funny. Anyways, but yeah, that's a big one for obvious reasons. Number 1. Can you guess what it is? Starts with a C. It's 2 words. Second word starts with an H. It's creeper holes. We all hate them. We all hate them. Some of us don't patch them. Some of us patch them with the wrong blocks. And some of us are very deliberate and we cover up the entire hole block to block. I think we can all agree that creeper holes are just a disaster to have in our worlds. I definitely hate them too. I cover them up all the time, except for in my Minecraft desert, because I've kind of dedicated my desert as a like active war zone, because I go there whenever I need experience at nighttime, and I'll just like go on a killing spree hunting down all the mobs I see. If creepers explode and leave a hole there, I don't really patch them because I feel like it adds to the vibe of like the chaotic nature of that desert. So that is my one and only exception. Let me know what you think about that. Would that piss you off if you had holes in your desert, or if you saw the creeper holes that are littered around my desert? Honestly, to me, I feel like it kind of adds to the whole experience, but I definitely patch them in any other scenario because they look horrible. Anyways, I think that definitely deserves the #1 spot for Minecraft pet peeves, but I feel like it is very, very tied with floating trees. Those are definitely like the most popular ones, I feel like. So let me know if you agree with those. Also, let me know, what is your #1 Minecraft pet peeve? Leave a comment down below. I definitely want to hear you guys rant about all the things that make you mad about this game, because sometimes it's good to let out a little bit of frustration with our most beloved Minecraft. I love Minecraft more than anything. I mean, this whole channel is kind of a dedication to my #1 obsession in life, but there's definitely a lot of things still that piss me off about it. And yeah, this list is not complete. I can probably sit here and think of a bunch more. But yeah, those are definitely some of the main ones that come to mind, and I definitely love reading all of your pet peeves too. Those were very, very interesting. If you have any controversial pet peeves as well, definitely let us know. We'll be the judge. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Minecraft and chat video. It was pretty fun to talk about these things, let out a little bit of steam. I do mean these things very lightheartedly for the most part, because, you know, it's just Minecraft. It's just a game. Why you have to be mad? Well, every single gaming community has proven me that there is lots of reasons to be mad about your favorite game. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please be sure to leave a like if you want to see more Minecraft and chat in the future. And also, if you want to see more of these types of videos, I have a whole playlist of Minecraft and chat videos where I just talk about Minecraft, one subject or another. It's all very chill and laid back, really, really good stuff to listen to in the background while you're doing your own thing, either playing Minecraft or doing chores, doing a hobby, whatever you may be doing. Definitely go check out that playlist. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you all next time. Bye! Hey everyone, it's Upstar. Today I'm playing on Minecraft Alpha. This is my first time properly trying out Alpha Minecraft, and I thought we'd do a little bit of an old school video on my very old school channel. So yeah, I thought a bit of alpha gameplay on the channel would fit pretty well. So let's make a new world and see how this goes. Ooh, pretty sunset or sunrise. Oops, I do not know how to tell time apparently. Anyways, so we're on version 1.2.6 alpha, but of course things look a little bit different if you are familiar with these older versions. We have the neon grass, which is actually not a thing in this version of alpha. They removed it. So in this version it's actually, you know, the dual grass that we have in like the beta versions. It's like it's not neon. It's just dual normal looking grass. But when I think of, whoa, that is very dangerous. Okay, when I think of alpha, I always think of neon grass, and I really wanted to play on the latest version of alpha, which is 1.2.6, because I heard it's the most stable. So of course, for, you know, doing a recording, I wanted to play on the more stable version, at least as stable as alpha gets, because let me tell you, I had some major issues with performance and trying to record this beforehand, but yeah, I had to use a whole different way of recording to actually do this, so yay! Thanks, Alpha Minecraft, you're so stable! Anyways, yeah, so anyway, I wanted to play with the old grass because, you know, it's a classic. I have never done like a playthrough with this old grass, and I really like it. It makes me think of Alpha Minecraft, so I feel like it just makes sense. This is a mod. I'll link the mod in the description in case you guys want to check it out. And yeah, so we're gonna try to find a little body of water to settle down near, because I really like living next to water. Maybe we shouldn't wander too far from spawn though, because I feel like that would be a bad idea. But this place looks kind of interesting, this little valley, right? I always tend to live near mountains, so maybe I'll do the same. I don't know. I don't know what type of house I want to make. I might make a mountain house, actually. I kind of am feeling like making some sort of mountain cave home, a little dwelling for myself inside a mountain. Because honestly, when I was younger, I would always make mountain houses. They would be my favorite type of houses to make in Minecraft. And I kind of stopped after a while, like I didn't make them as often because I kept noticing that I just constantly made mountain houses. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna actually try to branch out a little bit and make some different types of houses. So then I started to make square houses and stuff. Not the most interesting houses in the world, but it was a bit more interesting. Ooh, there's a beach. Ooh. So, yeah, I just kind of stopped making mountain houses after a certain point because I was like, I need to do something different. But I feel like it's been long enough where I feel like I should just make mountain houses again. We'll see. What do I feel like being inspired by? There is another type of house that I really wanted to build, which is kind of like, it would be made of stone, so it might be a bit hard to make right now. But I wanted to make like a house that goes in, that you can have like a little in. I don't know how to describe it, but basically like you make the house and then there's like a floor that goes down, right? So you can. I don't know. That probably doesn't make any sense, but you know what? I don't know. That's probably going to be really hard to make. I'd have to make it out of cobblestone. And you know how we can get a lot of cobblestone? By making a mountain house. So we're going to go do that. And maybe I'll just make a new house later. And it can be... Well, I don't know if it'll be a house, but it can be used for something else. But one thing I'm kind of worried about is the bed situation. Oh, I need to fix my keybinds lips. E. There we go. So, let's see if beds exist. I do not know if they do. Please? No! Oh my god, they don't. They do not. Oh no, that is really not good. Okay, so we cannot sleep. That is gonna be Minecraft on freaking hard mode. Like, dude, imagine playing Minecraft without sleeping. Well, hey, at least there's no phantoms. That is a pretty big plus. So... yeah, I want to keep looking. I don't feel particularly inspired by this area. But the thing is... okay, we're really gonna have to be careful. Oh, what's this? That looks cool. Because, we do not want to get caught in the frickin' open here with, like, nothing. So I'm actually gonna make an axe, and I'm gonna grab some more wood, because wood is gonna be super important while we're inside. We're gonna be pretty much stuck inside. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so tough. I don't know how people used to play like this, but we're gonna learn. I'm honestly not very good at Minecraft, like the older versions. I'm not very good at them. I tend to die a lot. And you know what? I have a feeling we're gonna die a lot in this version. So, but yeah, I don't know if I mentioned why I wanted to do this, really, besides just, you know, playing for the sake of, I don't know, Alpha Minecraft, for the sake of Alpha Minecraft. But, like, the thing is, I love old school Minecraft Let's Plays. They're one of my favorite things in the world, and I wanted to make my own in like a really old version of the game. This is the oldest version of Minecraft that I've ever recorded. I have a beta Let's Play that I have as a members exclusive Let's Play, and I don't post on it too often because I like to focus on, of course, my public content that all of you guys can enjoy. But I really wanted to make an older version of Minecraft video where I play in like an older version that everyone can watch. And we can just have fun in the truest old school fashion of Minecraft. And, I mean, my channel is very old school, I would say, still in some ways. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like this area. Is there like a little pond here? I want a little pond. Yes! Pond! Hell yeah. Okay, we're gonna live here. This is where I will make my base. You see it? Nice flat wall where we can carve out a little doorway. And we already have a little bit of an opening here, so we can just plop our crafting table right there. It's perfect. It's like almost a ready-made apartment or something. Okay. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to make this. I don't know if I'll make it like a let's play or something, but I wanted to just play for a bit, and feel free to, you know, watch, join along, do whatever you want, relax, and let's play some alpha. Let's play some alpha Minecraft. My first time. This feels like a whole different game in a way. I feel like every Minecraft major, like, early release and like modern Minecraft, of course, is so different. I feel like early release is so different. And then you have the betas. Beta feels very different. And then we have the alphas, which feels, of course, a little similar, but like, dude, the grass, this neon world that we used to have back then, that's what defined alpha for me. And that's why I really wanted to try it out, because I feel like this whole look of the game is so vastly different than what we have now. So, oh wait, I need to fix my crouch key. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, so this makes the game feel like a whole other game. It feels so incredibly retro, and I mean, the green is a bit of an eyesore, but it's like, it's charming as well, so I really like it. Also, that pickaxe ran out very quickly. I was expecting that to last a bit more, but you know what? It's just a flimsy little wooden pickaxe. Okay, so before we continue mining, because we can definitely do that when we're... Ooh, we need to get coal. I forgot about that, because then we can't see. Oh my god, hold on. I think I saw some in the mountain over here. We gotta grab that really quick before the sun sets. Oh gosh. Oh no, I am not prepared. You are not prepared. Where's that coal? Please. Oh, I see some. I see some. Okay, it's kind of a bit far. Shoot. Shoot. Don't fall. I don't have any food. Oh gosh. What have I done? We need to get to that coal. Okay. Do not panic. Do not panic. We'll get it. We're gonna just quickly grab the coal. Walk very swiftly. Brisk walk. Brisk walk! Okay, what is this over here? I hope it's not a cave, actually. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Oh, please. That's it. I need the coal. I really need the coal. Oh, there's some right there. Okay, it's fine. We'll just get this. I'm really nervous. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Okay. We're gonna do this. Yes. Coal. Oh no. Oh no, the lighting change is very quick. Can I grab that coal? Do you think I can? You know what? It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Oops. Don't know what I pressed just there. I think that was the F3 screen. Okay, yeah, we can totally grab this real quick, because I think the mobs will not spawn for another minute or so, hopefully. Okay, maybe don't get too greedy, you know? We don't want to... Oh! Oh! There was some right next to me! Are you freaking kidding me? I was literally neighbors with the coal, and I didn't even see it. Okay. Boop! Let's light this place up, and we can make this nice and pretty. I should probably just put some around the base so that nothing spawns too close to me. Those green creepers and stuff probably really blend in with the grass. That is, oh my gosh, intentional game design. Well, except creepers were not intentional game design at all. Do you guys know about the origin of the creeper? I'm sure a lot of you do. It's kind of like a classic story that everyone in Minecraft knows in the Minecraft community. But if you don't know, it's pretty interesting actually. The creeper was born from a mistake. The creeper was a mistake, literally. So basically, in the earliest days of Minecraft development, they were trying to make the pig, and they kind of messed it up a little bit. So the pig ended up looking a little bit more like the creeper. like it had the creeper shape or something, and then they were like, you know what, we can actually make this into something. We can work with this. And then they decided to make the creeper. I don't know how the pig led to the creeper. Something was going on in the Mojang office back then. I just do not understand. But alas, with pig we got creeper. So pigs are technically creepers are descendants of pigs, which is a little bit weird to think about. They're like related in the Minecraft evolutionary animal tree. I don't know what the term is. The evolutionary timeline. I hear something walking and I'm really scared. Okay. I don't really know how to play this efficiently. I'm a bit scared. But I think we're gonna be safe in this little hole. So we're just gonna mine. We're just gonna dig out a nice little space for us. And I really want to make some smooth stone because I think I'm gonna just stick with the kind of the smooth stone walls look. So it kind of feels like a proper cave sort of thing. So we're just gonna cook this. We will cook it while we work. And, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to make a couple pickaxes probably. So hopefully this wood lasts us until the morning. I'm probably just gonna make 2 pickaxes. Oh shoot, I don't have enough. Dang it. But yeah, so anyways, this is gonna be very, very interesting. I'm gonna have to pretty much learn how to play this game, but like in a backwards way, because I need to know what doesn't exist. Which is so weird. That's such a weird way to play a game. It's like kind of reverse engineering your own knowledge of it. It's really bizarre. Like I had to do that with beta. I had to learn that like you couldn't breed animals and you couldn't do this or that. And I was like losing my mind a little bit because it was a bit confusing. But slowly you figure it out and you kind of understand how it works. But yeah, I don't really like to look up tutorials or anything when I play games. At least if I can manage. Sometimes I do. Only if they're extremely confusing. Ooh, spider. Don't like that. Get away. So it just kind of tends to be a bit of a slow learning experience, but I think that's what makes it kind of nice. So what was I gonna make? I forgot. You know what we can also do? We can also smelt some sand and place some windows. But let's dig this out so we can just... But yeah, actually that was one of the things that I really missed from beta and well, of course alpha, because it's not here either, is animal breeding, because I feel like that really added a lot to the game, at least for me. I really enjoyed you know, farming the animals and stuff, so it's something that I wish we had. And another thing that's interesting about the older versions of Minecraft, and this is obviously kind of one of the things that most people would say a zombie just got hurt. One of the things that kind of... Oh! He's close to me. One of the things that kind of defines this version of the game is that there is no, like, objective to it. Like, you really are just thrown into this world where you don't have anything you have to do. You just kind of do whatever. And I think a lot of people in later versions of Minecraft, they always follow the same progression, which is, you know, there's like a certain way that you have to play the game, like not actually, but because we have progression in later versions of the game where we have the Ender Dragon, we have like an actual final conclusion to the end, at least in terms of like, well, obviously not, you know what I mean, right? Like not like the game ends, but there is an objective that you can do, like, and then you can basically quit if you want. So in this version, we don't have that. So people really just have to change the whole way they kind of think about playing. And it kind of becomes this whole other, like, you have to really switch your mindset when you play the older versions of Minecraft before release. Because there is no objective, there is no ender dragon, there's no enchanting, there's no potion making. You can't go to, like, you don't have the steps you need to complete the game because there is no end. There is no completion. So there's no way to beat Minecraft, and that means that there's also no progression system. There's no, like, gameplay loop that you can do over and over again in every world and kind of end up in the same place, which would be like to, you know, kill the ender dragon. So you really have to think about Minecraft in like a whole new way. And honestly, that's something that I kind of struggle with sometimes because, like, honestly, I love playing modern Minecraft a lot, but I also really love the older versions of Minecraft. And I've had a few beta worlds in the past, like before, like years and years ago when I was, you know, much younger. And I never really stuck in those worlds very long because I really just struggled to know like where to go at a certain point because you have like you're used to the way that you progress in like later versions of the game. You gear up, you make a nice base, and then you maybe build a few farms or something. You maybe make a monster farm or something, and then get diamonds, go to the nether, make your base cooler. But like there's nothing to do after that really is part of a progression, so you just kind of sit there wondering like what is next. And then I just kind of I stopped playing after a certain point. I never really got that far in these like older versions of Minecraft because it's really hard to play them sometimes, especially if you don't really have that much time. One thing that a lot of people say about older versions of Minecraft, the alphas and betas. Oh, hi, Mr. Zombie! No soliciting, jerk. Huh? Get out of here. No soliciting. How do I open my door? Oh, that's how. Oh, shoot! Oh, no! Oh. Oops. Oopsie whoopsies. I wasn't expecting to get freaking two shot or ganged up by two zombies. Okay, hopefully I know where to go. I mean, it was in that valley, so I think we'll definitely find it. And luckily the sun is coming up. Why did I even open the door? I could have just let them burn. I don't know, I was just so curious. Anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, like, it's very hard to play this game, and I end up just kind of quitting after a certain point in most of my worlds. The longest old Minecraft world that I've had is in my beta let's play. And it's actually I think it's only because I actually have a couple mods in there. I have more creeps and weirdos and more creatures now, so it gives me a bit more to do. And I have a lot more objectives now just with those two mods. But like, just the actual base game, you really have to think outside the box and figure out what you want to do. And that's something that I really try to kind of, you know, talk about in my videos, is because I feel like so many players, they kind of play with that sort of like mentality where they just kind of go through the objective goals of the game, and then they kind of run out of things to do after a certain point, because what do you do after you get diamonds or make a cool base, or what the heck, are you kidding me? Or, you know, get full diamond gear and go to the nether and stuff like that. It's like, what's next for me? And there's no quest book, there's no guidebook, there's no list of things to do. You have to really just figure that out for yourself and be intrinsically motivated to play. And really just, I feel like this game, it makes you kind of play in a way where you're sitting in like a little sandbox, like an actual sandbox you would play at. What the heck are these stairs? Why do they look like that? You have to kind of imagine yourself like you're actually in a sandbox, like a real sandbox that you would have in a playground. And just sit there and make sandcastles and like figure out what you want to do. Because there is no goal, there's no objective. Sandbox is pretty much like a game that you have nothing to do in until you actually create those things to do. And that's pretty hard to do, honestly. It's a pretty difficult task because games typically are about completing objectives. You know, when I play Overwatch, there is a very clear objective of what I need to do to win. There is a win or a lose situation in that game. When you're playing, like, any sort of RPG, there's also, like, a story to go through, or, you know. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, there's just always something that you could do, but in Minecraft, that doesn't really exist. So you have to make up your own little guidebook and quest book of things that you want to complete and do and build, and it can be really, really hard sometimes. And that's something that I've always really wanted to figure out, especially for like the older versions of Minecraft, because I think in modern Minecraft it's a lot easier because there is a lot more things you can do with just the game mechanics. There's so many mobs and like actual mechanics. There's the redstone and like exploration and all these sorts of things you can do and create and just play around with. But here it's very bare bones. And another thing about that is it's very, very... Hold on, let me make some tools. It's a very grindy experience as well. So it's like... Hold on, like, I cannot freaking multitask here. Yeah, so when I play these older versions, I want to do certain things. Sometimes I really have this cool build idea, but to do it, it would take so much grinding and time. And that is something that nowadays is very hard to give up, is your time, because I have so many other things that I need to do, and so many other things that I want to do that I already don't get enough time to do. So like actually dedicating time to play this game. Do leaves not decay in this version? Seriously. That's not good. Oh my god, they actually don't. What the heck? Are you serious? That is horrible. What the heck were they thinking? Anyways. Yeah, that's also another major struggle for me with this game, is just finding the time to grind it out. And some people really enjoy the grind, you know, mining for hours and hours and hours to get certain materials, cutting down a shit ton of trees, or getting whatever you need to do your thing. It takes so much time. You have to walk around all slow. You don't got any fast tools. You just have like, the best is a diamond pickaxe unenchanted. So like imagine trying to actually gather materials for like huge builds or something in this version. I mean, it must be really difficult. And I mean, yeah, it very much is. I've never even attempted to do any sort of mega build in this game or in this versions, because it's just so freaking hard and time consuming, and there's just no way that I would have the patience for that. But some people do, and I think that's why some people really like the older versions. But of course I like them too, but I just don't play them regularly because I don't have the freaking patience for it. But there's just something about these versions that, despite all that, despite how difficult it is to play it sometimes, I seriously always think about these versions, and like coming back to them is something that I do very often. It's like I play mostly in modern Minecraft, but I just love the older versions, and there's something so incredibly captivating about them that I absolutely love and that I always want to return to, even if it's just for a little bit. And I don't know, it feels so familiar in a way. This kind of reminds me of when I was playing Pocket Edition, because those were very, 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 very early versions of the game back then on Pocket Edition. It looked pretty much like this, except the grass was a bit darker, but still very vibrant, I remember. It was a very weird looking grass. But yeah, I don't know, it's just something about these versions that I always like to play on. Even if I don't really do that much. I never really do that much, because doing anything in this version requires so much time and patience, honestly, so much playtime. And yeah, sometimes I just play these older versions and I feel like I get nothing done. I feel like all I do is like chop some trees and like farm or do some stupid stuff like that doesn't really, like, I don't have anything to show for it after like half an hour of playing, you know what I mean? Because it's so hard to do anything. But in a way, that's why I like these versions as well, is because it really forces you to slow down and really just appreciate every moment that you're playing on this game. And I don't know, that's something that I really try to also kind of, you know, think about when I'm playing modern Minecraft too, is to really try to intentionally slow down sometimes, because I really feel like it helps you enjoy the game a bit more sometimes. You know, just not trying to over optimize things and play super efficiently. That really helps me, at least, feel like I can just kind of breathe and relax, and I don't have to do everything all at once and get it done right away. I can just kind of, you know, chill for a bit and just do something slow. And, you know, I might not have anything to show for it, but that's not what you need to do in this game, right? You don't have to have something built every time you play. You don't have to have something new and cool to show for yourself after a play session or after, you know, an episode of a Let's Play or something. You can just do stuff and look around your world and just take things slow and kind of just appreciate the world and whatever is going on with it. Like all these freaking pigs. So cute! I'm sorry, I don't want to kill you guys, but you're so adorable. That's not why I'm killing you. I'm killing you because I need food. That was wordly ported. Wordly poured. Poorly worded. Oh my gosh, I feel like that's the second time I've accidentally said that. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, I hope what I'm trying to say makes sense. But yeah, that's what I like about going back to Minecraft, the old versions of the game, is that it just is so incredibly slow. It forces you to be slow. There is no option to do things quickly. You can't even go and switch to creative mode if you felt like it. Nope, you have to really, really do things 100%, like by yourself, legit. And in a way, I feel like that makes everything feel a lot more accomplishing. Like, small projects that you finish require so much more effort than they would if you were trying to do the exact same thing in an older or in a newer version. And I feel like that's another thing that I like about this game, this version, is that everything feels more significant when you actually do it. Because it's like, it requires so much more effort. Just making this little staircase requires me to get wood, logs, which means I have to go walk and cut down trees with a stone axe, which is like way, way harder than like running to the nearby wood farm and chopping down trees with enchanted diamond axe. And not only enchanted diamond axe, but on my main world, I usually play with a tree cutter mod. Yeah, so you can't do that here. I mean, you probably could install a mod. We're not installing mods. Besides the grass mod. I like the grass mod. But yeah. So, this is a pretty nice little house, I think. It definitely needs some wood. That is definitely something that we're missing here. I need to put some wood down because it feels very cold right now. It feels very, very cold. Oh, I wonder if you can make charcoal. I kind of doubt it, honestly. But that would be really handy. So I'm just gonna make this into a wood floor here in this lower level. And we can make Oh shoot, we need to fix that very quickly. Ah. Oh no, why did my flowers die? Why did you guys die? Let me place some torches. Why? Why are you doing that? Stop that. No. Don't do that. Why are they breaking? I don't understand. Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna make this house look a little bit nicer. But let's see. Oh, that's a pork chop. Speaking of pork chop, I should probably cook that. I'm just gonna use some planks. Because, oh my god, cooking food in this game. I keep saying game as if it's a different game. I mean, it does feel kind of like a different game, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's a very weird. I don't know how to freaking explain this version of the game. Honestly, it's just so different, yet kind of not at the same time. I don't know. To me, I feel like the older versions of the game is still very fundamentally like similar. Obviously, it's the same game. But some people feel like it's a completely different game. And like, I totally get why. But at the same time, I don't know. To me, it still feels like the same game. I still see it as the same game. Just a different version. Literally, it's just a different version. Anyways. I guess we can keep expanding this place. I probably should make like maybe a second floor. And I want to make like a mine shaft. But I think it's gonna be it for today. Let me know if you would like to see me play a bit more alpha Minecraft. I don't know if I'm gonna make this into a series or not, but I thought I would just, you know, play a little bit with you guys and relax. You know, this is a very relaxing version to me, so yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoy playing on older versions as well, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!
We updaten voortdurend alles, behalve onszelf. Update jezelf met CompuTrain en blijf voorop lopen.
Wat zou onze auto nog waard zijn?
Wij kopen auto's.nl. Weet het. Verkoop je.
Hey everyone, it's Selfstar. Welcome back to my alpha Minecraft thing. So, I did a little bit of stuff after I recorded my first little play session, and if you watched my rant about Let's Plays that I posted, you might have seen the background footage that I basically like continued playing on this world, and I moved and I made a new house in a different location. So this is my new humble abode, and this is actually really cool. Check it out. So we're like right next to this awesome mountain, and I basically moved my mountain base into this little chunk that's sticking out in the mountain. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool place for a house, and I put a nice glass window and some flowers. And if you come inside, there's a little carpet, and this is like a little apartment. It's super small right now, but the best part is the sunset. Check that out, isn't it so pretty? I love it. So yeah, this place is still a pretty big work in progress. I wanted to keep digging it out today and just play a little bit of Minecraft and take it easy, because honestly, alpha, it's pretty chill. That's kind of why I like it so far, you know? I feel like I don't really have to do that much, you know? There's not much to do, so I kind of can just play the game and not run around too much doing all sorts of stuff. I can just take it easy and mine my little hole here, which is pretty fun, actually. I also really like how my skin looks with the Steve model, like the wider arms. I think it's actually kind of cool. Maybe because I'm wearing a hoodie, so it kind of looks like a baggy hoodie or something. I used to always, like ever since the Alex model came out, I would just use Alex model because I like the slimmer arms. But I don't know, the Steve kind of looks nice with my skin, I think. You can't really see the front in this version, but I think it looks pretty cool. Anyways, sunset. So my allergies are acting up a little bit today, so I feel a little stuffy. So you'll have to excuse me if I sound a bit weird. But yeah, it's actually pretty late at night, so I don't know why I decided to record so late. I'm honestly like, today was kind of supposed to be a bit of an easygoing day for me. I didn't really want to do too much. But then I still had this urge, like this kind of voice in the back of my head telling me that I should record a video today or do something like that, for my channel. And I honestly ended up spending the whole day kind of doing nothing. I kind of just played video games. I've been really into playing Overwatch lately. Like, I've been playing Overwatch a lot for a while now, but lately it's been like on overdrive. I'm playing a lot, so played a lot of Overwatch because I'm a little bit obsessed right now. Huh, that's interesting. Can you just like hold stuff here? Wait, this is actually kind of brilliant. It's like a secret inventory slot. Anyways, played a bit of Minecraft, recorded some footage of me playing on my Forever World, because I was working on a pretty fun project. I'm building an IKEA, and it's being invaded by floobs, which are basically just little green aliens, if you don't know what a floob is. It's from the More Creepy Weirdos mod, which is a legendary Minecraft mod. So, anyways, I guess when it's nighttime, we're kind of just locked in the house. I'm a little scared to go out still. Ever since last time, when I got ganged up on by zombies, I'm not gonna do that again. So, there is a bit of sad news about Alpha that I learned. Oh, quick, get inside. Okay. So, the sad news is that, unfortunately, colored wool doesn't exist, which makes me really sad because colored wool is one of my favorite building blocks to use. I love using wool in my worlds. It's one of my favorite block palettes because they're just so fun and colorful. But yeah, they don't exist in this version, which makes me really sad. So our builds are not going to be super colorful, which I guess is okay. We'll figure out how to use some other blocks to make our house look nice and colorful. I want to try to get some, maybe, bricks, red bricks. And I want to put a window here, but it's kind of like in an awkward position. So, we'll have to dig that out probably from the outside in the morning. Oh, I hear a zombie. So I think I should probably expand this into like a little, I kind of, like, when I was making this house, I was modeling it in my head. I just was kind of imagining, like, what a little tiny apartment would look like. And I just tried to build something that looked like an apartment. Because, I don't know, that's kind of the vibe. I feel like that the mountain that I built into is so, like, square. It almost reminded me of, like, a PC case. But I thought that it also kind of looked like an apartment building. That, like, was right, you know, on the city. You have a nice view. There's a zombie somewhere. So I was really kind of going for that sort of, you know, vibe. That's why I made a little upstairs, and we're gonna work on that too. And there's even, we have a loft, which is really cool. I like this a lot. I think it's gonna be really interesting. So I'm excited to, you know, this is gonna be a fun thing to work on when we're inside, stuck inside at night. So I think I might just kind of make a little living room, and then it'll expand. We'll make like a little hallway where we can put our storage and everything like that. So we're gonna have to dig for a while. We're digging a hole today. Yeah, that's been my day though. How was yours? Tell me in the comments, please. I would love to know. I'm always so curious about other people, and like, no, I just love hearing people talk about themselves. Maybe that's why I like talking about myself, because, you know, gotta spread that sort of energy. I always like, when I talk to other people, like in actual conversations, I really close up sometimes where I feel very awkward trying to talk about myself. I feel like I shouldn't, and I should only listen and intake what the other person is saying about themselves, you know, ask questions about them. And whenever I do talk about myself too much, it makes me feel really uncomfortable because I feel like I'm being too, you know, kind of just going on about myself too much, being too self-centered, I guess. But here on my channel, the only thing I can really talk about is myself at a certain point, because, like, what else am I going to talk about, really? Actually, this should be stone, yeah. We'll actually rent it out like that, like a little countertop. This is a kitchen, probably. Little kitchen, and then you go into the living room, or something like that, yeah. But yeah, so I'm pretty much the opposite. Like, when I record videos in Minecraft, I tend to just talk about myself. Because I don't really talk about myself in any other circumstances. It's pretty, like, weird to me. Creepy cave noise! I know that it's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, everyone should be able to talk about themselves. It's supposed to be a two-way street.